And we say hello to our viewers joining us tonight on pay-per-view. We're in Florence, Alabama at the Historics. We welcome you cage side. Greg Gaston alongside former champion pro fighter and coach out of Guardian MMA in Nashville, Monty Burks. Tonight, 9 fights on this exciting MMA card, including 3 in the professional ranks, and that includes the main event of the evening. Hometown fighter Dustin Rhodes facing veteran Anthony Lemon. This should be, Monty, another exciting night. We're happy to be here in Alabama.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. The crowd's electric right now. Everybody's ready to go. The crowd is excited. The people are excited. The fighters are excited. I'm ready for a wonderful V3 card, just as they always do.
This theater's been around since the late 40s. It's historic, as I mentioned, and we've invaded their space tonight for some great MMA battles. We start off in the flyweight division. Actually, we'll go catchweight 130. It's from Collinwood, Tennessee, out of the Last Man Standing Club. He has Michael Andrews as his trainer. He's been fighting for about 3 years professionally. He comes in with a He comes in with a 2-1 record as an amateur fighter. 5'10", 130-pounder, a jiu-jitsu fighter, just 21 years of age. Again, confident, feels good that he can fight both standing up and on the ground. But again, when you're 21 years old, Monty, you're learning this game.
That is correct. And I'll tell you, those guys from Collinwood, they're good for one to stand up and bang in the pocket. Those guys are really good pressure fighters and are ready to actually give a good show.
He says he's confident anywhere this fight goes, anywhere this fight may take him, and that could be dictated by his opponent, Kyle Rogers, who will meet in just a moment. You may have heard 2 different referees as far as the 8 matches are concerned tonight. At points, you'll see the veteran Jason Wilkerson. You'll also see the veteran Chris Mize. So we got 2 terrific referees. The judges, John Eaton, Renee Mize, and Julie Cleveland. The timekeeper is Jim Harmeyer. The physician at cage side, Dr. John Chapman, and the cut girl is Crystal Morrow. So now the music changes. The lights still dim here at the historic Shoals Theater, and now it's time to meet Matt Wright's adversary. He is Kyle Rogers, who fights out of the Memphis area, but northern Mississippi, Olive Branch, Mississippi to be exact, and the Fight Clinic. He took this fight last minute, and Monty, I'm talking last minute, like yesterday, Jones. This guy's eager to get back in the win column. He comes in at 3-3. But you've been a fighter. You know all about it. Taking a fight in the last day, what does that mean?
Well, it means a lot. You don't have enough time to adequately prepare for your opponent, but I'll give this guy credit. He did. I watched his fight last week, and he stood for 3 rounds, and he fought for 3 rounds. So what I'm thinking here is he's probably still in good shape because he's young, he kept himself going, and he's ready to rock.
Yeah, again, what's interesting is not only does he not know his opponent in Matt Wright doesn't know what is in store for him either.
That is correct. It's a 2-way street.
So let's take a look again at the tail of the tape. It's Matt Minnie Wright from Collinwood, Tennessee, a 2-1 record. He's 5'10", 130, a jiu-jitsu fighter, and he's just 21, just 18 years of age. He comes in with a 3-3 mark, just 5'5", so he's given away 5 inches in height. He weighed 133 as they tipped the scales yesterday, and he is a wrestler. This one, 3 rounds in the amateur division, the catch weight of 130 pounds. Now let's meet the 2 with Michael Kelly.
That was my class.
Thank you very much, Michael Kelly. Now Chris Mize will gather the two combatants and give them their final instructions. What's interesting, here in Alabama, the amateurs cannot throw any elbows whatsoever.
You know, that is an interesting fight, especially because we give so much reach up to the shorter fella here, who is probably, I would say in my mind, going to try to get up under the guy's reach and take him down and fight from the ground.
Round one, here we go. Again, scheduled for three-minute rounds, and right off the bat, it's Wright trying to pressure Rogers, and now they're back into the middle of the cage. There's a nice kick from Wright. And then a big takedown.
Big takedown.
Kyle Rogers lands on top of Wright with the big slam, and early on he's trying to set the tone.
And it looks like Wright is looking for, well, he's trying to position himself to work from the bottom, work from his guard. It looks like he's got submission ability from the way he's working his hips.
Prefers standing and striking, but on the ground he feels confident with his ground game. And he's getting some strikes in very nicely on Rogers, who continues to try to get a little leverage on his opponent right now. He's looking for something right here, Monty. What's he trying to do?
He's
here?
actually trying to he's trying to pass the guard, and what he's doing is he's trying to work his hips to maneuver the guy to make a quick ride back around. But again, the guy's guard game is really, really good, and I think he's actually going to try to set him up off that pass. And there it may go. Good position. These guys are giving a great match right now.
Again, he's long and lanky Wright, and in some regards that's an advantage. And right now it's Rogers trying to ride him from the back.
And Rogers has actually taken his back, and he's gotten both hooks in deep. He's kind of high on it, but now he is going for the choke, and I think he's got it. I think he's got the choke.
Enough for him, and a great job by the shorter Kyle Rogers. He was the aggressor from the get-go.
He was the aggressor, and what he had to do was get up under that reach, and what he did is he went in, double-legged him, picked him up, and slammed him, and never let him get back to his feet.
All right, Monty will make his way inside the cage. We'll get a few words with our victor, and that is Kyle Rogers. Great job by the youngster who improves to 4-3. Again, just 18 years of age. Very young in this MMA game, but very impressive. He got the slam. He got the takedown to Wright. Then Wright gave up his back. Once he gave up his back, Rogers was able to get the rear naked in. He got it in deep enough. And Wright did a pretty good job for a while in the guard, but once he gave up the back, it was wide open for Rogers to take advantage with the rear naked. Now let's get the official time. And a good way to start off the night with a rear naked choke submission victory for Kyle Rogers in round one. And now our very own Monty Burks will get a few words with our winner. Thank you very much, Monty, and congratulations once again to Kyle Rogers, who took over the mic and took over the show there, but he's a happy victor tonight as he improves to 4-3. Matt Minnie Wright absorbs his second action from Shoals Theater in Florence, Alabama.
That's what he told me, not to give it to the guys. Okay, I look at you to get the thing else.
Great way to start off the night here in Florence, Alabama, with a very impressive win in our first fight of the evening by the youngster, the 18-year-old Kyle Rogers from Olive Branch, Mississippi. And now it's time for an amateur fight in the V3 welterweight division. Here comes Chris Crumpton. I talked to him about an hour and a half before the fights tonight, and I said, "What's your alias, Chris? Do you have a nickname?" He said, "Murder Face."
Oh, wow. Chris is an intense guy, man. I talked to him backstage before the fight, and he's fired up and he's ready to go. He's got his brother with him. His brother's also a fighter for pound. He's a 145er. And I'll tell you what, Murder Face actually fits him, man.
He's from Nashville, Tennessee, so certainly Monty very familiar with Crumpton. Pound grappling coach, who also has Bernard Robinson as kickboxing coach. As you mentioned, his brother Pat Crumpton. So a lot of veteran teachers, instructors, and trainers in his corner.
Yes, sir, and that's going to be a definitive advantage for a guy that if he has someone from each level of his fight, they'll have people to coach him at each level. And this kid's really good. He's a listening young man, and he's really excited, and he's trying to go somewhere with this. And I'm telling you, Murder Face fits him so good.
We saw him a couple of weeks ago here on V3 Fights. He knocked off Jeff Ranger in Nashville, so fighting again a couple of weeks later. He is 3-0 in his young amateur career, 6'4", 171-pounder. And tomorrow is his birthday. He'll turn 27, as is his coach Brandon Bolton tomorrow. He won't turn 27, but it is his birthday. So maybe it'll be a nice birthday present for Joel's Theater, a guy named Zach Good. And how good will he be tonight? From Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and Team Fury. Travis Good, his father, is his trainer, his coach. Willie McElhaney also in his corner. He's from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. He's 2-2, and he's a 6-footer. He's a freestyle fighter. So Zach Good now coming into the cage momentarily. Do you know anything about this guy, Monty?
Yes, I do. Actually, I've known Zach since he was about 12 or 13 years old, man.
Wow.
I've been friends with his dad for a long time. His dad's a veteran in the fight game. Travis has probably fought 10 to 12 times on the amateur circuit, and he's got some pro fights. Very good team. These guys are well-rounded fighters, all-around guys, and they're actually really good people, man. So this is probably going to be a really good fight.
I talked to Zach, and I asked him how long it cost of my father. So Crumpton and Good into the squared cage, and now Michael Kelly will give us a formal introduction. And Chris Mize will be the third man in the cage. He'll bring the two to the center of the octagon. Armani, a couple of guys who love kickboxing. What can we expect?
Well, I'll tell you now, we can expect Good is going to throw mid-body shots really well.
Round one, and here we go after the two-touch gloves. Got a 6'4" and a 6-footer in there, so a couple of tall fighters.
He's starting with the low kicks.
And a high kick there. There it is. Right on cue, and then Crumpton came back. Boy, what reach from that leg. What extension, I should say.
I would say, you know, I'm a little worried. Good is standing straight up. He's standing straight up, and he's not setting himself up well, and then he just got taken down.
Yeah, he tried that roundhouse. He got caught. Boy, look at the power behind Crumpton's kicks right there. And then with the right hand, a little hook got through. Now looking for the takedown is Good.
And he's pushing for a double leg, but Crumpton's got really good defense. He's using head pressure to keep him from snatching his legs off the cage. What he needs to do is turn out, and if he doesn't, he's going to get his legs snatched.
Almost to prevent from being taken down.
That is correct. That is correct. Good is working for a single, but he's going to get his back taken. Oh, the tables have turned.
Again, Good really wants to take down Crumpton, get it to the ground, although he talked to me about love kickboxing. And obviously you want to be on your feet to be able to.
Well, I'll tell you, Murderface Crumpton has got a really good reputation as being a hard guy to take down.
Right, right. And he showed that against Jeff Ranger a couple of weeks ago in Nashville.
That is correct. He's quick on his feet. He's quick to bounce back. He's long and lanky, man. He's built to sprawl. And I'll tell you what, he's throwing some really good high knees on Good. And Good's trying to come back. But I'll tell you what, 6'4" versus 5'10" is a big difference, man.
That's a great point. By Good that.
Oh, wow, good big right hand. Big right back.
And another right.
And Good is trying to fight back. He's working for a leg lock, but I believe he's going to have to fight back, or the ref's going to stop this one. The ref's going to, he's replaced himself. He's got some type of half guard that he's trying to work right now. He's going to try to sweep out of it, but he's going to get himself fully mounted. He's going to get fully mounted, and he's worked his way out of it. He's back on his feet.
He's hanging in there, but he looks punch drunk.
He is punch drunk right now. I believe he's out on his feet, man. Oh, he's back, but he's going to get his back taken.
Crumpton trying to get the rear naked in there.
He's got it in, but I'll tell you what, he tapped.
It's over. Chris Mize was right on top of that. Couple of big punches by Crumpton. A right got him down to the ground, and then was in trouble. Then a couple of strikes with hammer fists, and Good just could not protect himself. He finally was able to get back on his feet, but once he did, as I mentioned, he seemed a little punch drunk, and that was over. Crumpton took advantage of it. He got the rear naked in, and he ends this fight in the first round. As I mentioned, Crumpton fought just 2 weeks ago. He defeated Jeff Ranger in Nashville, and he comes right back. And another stellar performance by Murderface Chris Crumpton, who does live up to that name. He was trouble from the get-go for Zach Good. Good falls to 2-3. Crumpton moves to 4-0. Let's get the official time with Michael Kelly. The pride of Nashville, Chris Crumpton, and pound for pound MMA improves to 4-0 as he wins it at the 220 mark with the rear naked choke. Now, Monty Burks will get a few words with our winner. Thank you, Monty Burks. And a great birthday present with his rear naked choke submission win in round 1 of tonight's amateur match here at the historic Shoals Theater. More action coming up. Stay with us.
Man, he was.
Good job. Good job. You can when the fight's over, stay. I'll answer like just a quick analysis, and then you can.
Are you asking?
Yeah. So I'll say like the fight's over. I'll get all right. I'll say something to you. Ask you a question. Take your time. Don't wait for us, and then go on.
Okay.
Because I want to get your like thoughts on the fight.
Okay, so wait a minute. So after I talk to him.
No. I mean like when the fight's over, like you ran real quick. You were like,
Okay, gotcha.
Let's talk like a couple seconds, and I'll send you out.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
It was great. Good interview.
Man, it was good that I knew both of them.
Wow, we are in Alabama. We're in Florence, Alabama, and the music that is blaring right now from the speakers at the historic Shoals Theater is Rocky Top. Monty, what's going on? We're in Alabama.
What, man, I've never seen such a lull in the crowd that quick.
And all of a sudden, the music is going off. As we get ready for a heavyweight division battle, it's back on. Here comes Cedric the Sandman Hampton will be taking on Kem the Kraken Odie, a couple of great nicknames. The Sandman, he's been in this game a long time. He's out of Huntington, Tennessee, and fights out of the Gladiators Combat Club in Jackson, Tennessee. 5-2 as a pro. He's had a couple of big battles lately, lost in the second round to Del Merritt on a rear naked choke in Nashville a couple of weeks ago. Also lost to Houston Landtrip by unanimous decision. So he's been involved with a couple of big-time V3 heavyweights. Unfortunately, they are his only 2 losses. And he's been around a long time. He continues to take all whoever wants to fight him and get out there and have some fun and hope to win.
Well, I'll tell you, I've watched Ced fight before. I'll tell you something. The Sandman is an appropriate nickname. That guy's got some heavy leather that he throws. It's fireworks every time he throws a punch.
I have called probably 3 or 4 of his fights, and he never disappoints. He's entertainment at its finest. You know you're going to get the effort. Sure, he's up there in age and continues to fight in the amateur division. But like I said, the Sandman has a good time, and you are going to get your money's worth when the Sandman's out there fighting. So he takes this 5-2 record into play. He's a Muay Thai guy. He's a kickboxer, and has pretty good. You know, you see a guy like Sandman. He's not in the greatest shape in the world, but I'll tell you what. Don't look at that. He obviously has the knockout power that can send you home real quick. So don't sell the Sandman short. Meanwhile, we get ready to meet his opponent, Kem the Kraken Odie. That's OTI from Huntsville, Alabama, fighting out of American Jiu-Jitsu. Solid Jiu-Jitsu guy. He's 7-2 as an amateur. He's also 6'2", another big guy. But even though he's got the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills, he thinks he's a stand-up fighter. He wants to knock you out too. So Kem Odie and the Sandman, a couple of big boys in there, pound for pound tonight.
Well, AJJ is a school that's got a really good boxing team, and these guys throw leather also. These guys, I mean, I've seen these guys train, and these guys are really rough. A former V3 champion is actually from AJJ, the Little Cannon Milanowski, right out of that school.
Little Cannon, I've had the pleasure of calling her fights before, and she is absolutely terrific. But we wait for the arrival inside the octagon from Kem Odie in this V3 heavyweight division amateur fight. Again, 3 rounds, 3 minutes per round. With the heavyweights, I've noticed over the years, Monty, and you could add your thoughts on this. you're either getting a slugfest right from the get-go, a lot of action, a lot of excitement, but I've also seen the opposite. Hopefully tonight for the fans here that have packed Shoals Theater, we won't get the opposite. But we've seen some duds with heavyweights. But I'll tell you what, when they connect, thunder. That's a lot of man that's going down on the canvas when they connect. So
believe it, man. And I'll tell you something. Tonight, knowing the camps from these two guys come from and watching this guy fight, I don't have a feeling this is going to be a sloppy slugfest. I believe this is going to be a good firework match.
Let's go to Michael Kelly. Let's get the formal introductions.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by the Rusty Wallace Racing Experience. And it's set for 3-minute rounds in the advanced amateur heavyweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action. The third man in the cage will be Jason Wilkerson. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Here was the black trunks with the red and white trim. At 6 feet 2 inches, he weighed in at 257 pounds. A Muay Thai and kickboxer with an MMA record of 6 wins and 2 losses. Representing Gladiators Combat Club, and fighting out of Huntington, Hampton. Wow. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the black trunks with the white trim. At 6 feet 2 inches, he weighed in at 264 pounds. A stand-up fighter with an MMA record of 7 wins and 2 losses. Representing AJJ and fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama, Jill Odie.
Thank you very much, Michael Kelly. Now Jason Wilkerson with the final instructions.
Come on, let's do it.
Hampton tipped the scales yesterday at the official weigh-in at 257. Odie at 264. Let's see with these two big guys going at it. Round 1, here we go.
Solid jab from AJJ, from Odie.
Another one.
Looks like Seth is working for the inside leg kick. The jab, he's going to use his jab to set up his inside leg kick. Wow! Great straight right from Seth. He walked right into the kick, hit him with a straight right, put him on his back, and now we have the groundwork. Odie's trying to trap for the sweep, but Seth is trying to mount. Odie's got him in half guard right now. But Seth's got a lot of pressure on him. There's a big size difference here.
Couple of strikes from Sandman. I don't think that has any effect on Odie.
Get a sweep or try to get back to his feet.
And again, if the activity wanes, Jason Wilkerson will stand the 2 up, but we continue to see some strikes from the Sandman. He's on top.
The Sandman's working at, and Jason's probably going to sand these guys up soon if they don't progress their positions. The Sandman is stuck in the half guard, and Odie's got a solid half guard on him. He's defended himself. He's defended himself, and he's wanting it back on the feet. The Sandman's working a few body shots, but he's still tying him up.
Now he's trying to tie up, yes, that right hand, and that's been the hand that has snuck through and has had some shots to the side. Into the rib cage, but I don't think anything that will hurt him.
And I believe the Sandman was trying to work, I believe he's trying to work a top side forearm.
They continue to move a little bit, inch by inch, and again, it's Sandman on top.
And Jason is warning them if they don't start working, he's going to stand them up. And right now, Odie's doing a good job of tying him down, but it looks like Seth is trying to do a cut-through pass to go to full mount.
Yeah, he's trying to get that leg free that's been in the half guard. But again, let's see.
Oh, he's full mount. He's made it into full mount.
And now he can let it, you let the strikes go, right?
Yeah, he's letting the strikes go, but Odie's doing good. He's still defending. He's going to have to find a way to get that off of him because that size difference right now is where it counts. Right now it is where it counts.
Again, first round scheduled for 3. Again, those shots to the rib by the Sandman.
That's known in our world as softening him up, man. He's softening him up to give him what he wants. He's got him. He's working for a key lock. Seth is working for a key lock, and he got himself wrapped up again.
And that's an interesting point you make. He's making him work for everything he has. Well, again, and there's Sandman. He's finally getting free with some strikes.
He's finally getting free, but there's only 10 seconds. And Sid has actually got really good head movement, reminiscent of a boxer from the ground.
Absolutely. He is dodging a number one of those punches.
And then responded. Boy, this is a good heavyweight fight right here at V3.
I think it's a great point you made right there, Monty. Kim's defensive skills was pretty darn special on the ground. Full mount for the Sandman. He's letting those strikes fly, but most of them are missing because of Kim's bobbing and weaving with the head. That's a great point when you compare it to what goes on in the sport of boxing.
Well, I'll tell you something. Him coming from a school, AJJ, with boxing coaches, we can see the Sandman's corner is going to have to worry about, has he punched out?
Endurance certainly is something that you always consider in any fight, but when you're talking about a 38-year-old, also a 33-year-old across the cage from him, obviously that's an important factor in a match like this. The Sandman was the one exerting most of the energy in that round, but then again, Odie at the end of the round had to be dodging a lot of punches, so he certainly, but here's the thing, Odie in the red corner is standing. No stool for him. He's not sitting. The Sandman drinking some water, sitting on his stool. Maybe that's a psych out thing for Odie.
I'll tell you, it is a psych out thing, and there's a ringside rumor, man, that if you're a little winded, don't sit down, because once you sit, it all goes down. This is going to be an exciting 3 minutes.
Good first round for the Sandman, but again, the defensive skills by Odie, pretty special.
Big right hand. And Sid is, he's laughing it off. He's laughing it off. He's laughing it off. And Sid is working his inside. He's going to try to clinch and work him on the cage. Oh, man, they're on the cage. These guys are working really hard here. Odie's got a double underhook. He's got a double under, but Sid is working with the knees. Good trick from the double under. There we go. And he is in side control right now. And he has switched. He's transitioning. Sid's got a half guard. He's got an open half guard.
That's about 550 pounds going down together.
Yes, it was.
Timber, as they would say in the forest.
And Odie seems to be trying to work the knee to the rib from the opposite side. Sid is going to have to switch over and close the half guard and transition out, because if he doesn't, he's going to leave himself open for that knee shot.
Odie, hammer fist, calling for the knees as well.
The corner's wanting him to take his right arm and run it across the Sandman's face to open up the Sandman's arm, to put a little pressure on the bridge of his nose or right around his, up under the nose and to make him move over and give him the open shot so he can work his ground and pound or transition to a mount.
Meanwhile, what is the Sandman trying to do here?
The Sandman is actually trying to switch out with his half guard and maybe work to a full guard, but now the Sandman is turning the opposite way and he's going to end up giving up his back. He's got a good foot lock. He's got a good foot lock that's holding Odie in. But if Odie gets that leg free, I think that's going to be the end of this fight.
He got one of those big paws free.
Yes, he did.
Good shot. Most of the action on the opposite side of us, but of course terrific camera work here on V3Fight. So
and Odie's he's gotten free, and Sid has given up his back. He's on the cage. Now got his neck. He's got his neck. Oh, he's throwing knee shots. And give the Sandman crow. Oh, he's got one hook in. If he gets the other hook in, it's going to be a rough one for the Sandman to get back up. Sandman's defending well.
And he's protecting his face right there, blocking most of those shots.
Oh, but he's got the choke. I believe he's got the choke. He's going to tap. He's going to tap.
How tight is that choke in by Odie?
Well, he doesn't have both hooks in, so the Sandman can still try to put his shoulders he's going to try to turn his shoulders into the cage up under Odie so the choke won't land. Oh, he tapped.
And he tapped out.
Tapped. Yes, he did.
Tapped out, yeah. It's over. Kim Odie in the second round took control of the fight. It was a really good first round for the Sandman. But again, Odie, the aggressor in the second round. What was the difference?
The difference in the second round was Odie came out aggressive in the second round. Again, 38 versus 33, man. There's a difference when we get older as far as how we can breathe and how we hold on to our cardio. But I've got to give the Sandman credit. He never stopped, man. I give that guy credit. I've seen him fight twice, and both times that man never gave up.
All right, Monty's going to make his way inside the cage. He'll talk to our winner, and that's Ken the Kraken Odie, who improves to 8-2. Meanwhile, the Sandman falls to 5-3. Nice comeback from Odie after being pretty much dominated in that first round by Cedric Hampton. We got the time. Now let's get the official announcement with Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, here at the V3 cage at the Shoals Theater, we present the official time, 2 minutes. Talk to the bout, due to tap out via reader naked joke. Declaring the winner is fighting out of the red corner, Kim
So 3 fights so far this evening, all end up with a rear naked choke victory. Now let's get a few words with the winner. Here's our own Monty Burks talking with Cam Odie.
Really good fight. So what was your strategy to win this fight?
Even when I come in the fight, I don't have a strategy. My strategy is work hard and practice, train some more, condition. We come in here and just let loose. You know, Cedric was a tough opponent. You know, I got to give him his props. I got to jump him down in the first round. You know, I have to bounce back and, you know, take back what was mine. So, this is my hometown. Go Lions, UNA, baby.
Well, in the first round, were you worried at all when Sid had taken control and had you on, he was on top of you for a while, man. It was a different weight difference. What was going on in your mind?
That's what I have to do, you know, in practice. I'm always on my back, you know, working my guard, you know, protecting myself, you know, get worst case scenarios, stuff like that. But, you know, he was a tough guy, you know, I managed to get back the first round, you know.
We give you credit, man. You did a lot of bothering and weaving in the first round from the bottom. I believe that's from a boxing coach.
Yeah, I got to give props again. My coach, Jason Harley, wherever he at, man, we love you. Man, hope to see you back soon. You know, feed me, train me with my hands. Telling me what jiu-jitsu. I mean, just showing much love.
Well, we look forward to seeing you again in V3 Fights, man. Congratulations.
The early quote of the night belongs to Cam Odie as Monty Burks asks him about the first round and the Sandman being on top of him. What does he say? That is one heavy dude. We're back with more action right after this. From one pair of heavyweights to another pair, we continue in the V3 heavyweight division.
I'll tell you, those two last guys didn't disappoint at all. I'm ready for these guys.
That's what I said. I mean, for the most part, I think heavyweights come out, they want to go at it, and they put on a show. Once in a while, you get a dud. That was not a dud. I don't expect this one to be as well, as it's Lee the Hangman Murphy from Florence, Alabama, so fighting in front of the home crowd. Now his club is Last Man Standing out of Collinwood, Tennessee. It's right across the Tennessee River in the state of Tennessee. And he'll take on Cody Huckabee from Tuscumbia, Tennessee. Did I say that right?
Yes, that is. I believe that. You know what? I'm from Tennessee, and I'm not familiar with the city, but I think you got it right.
And Coleman BJJ, let me get that straight, from Coleman, Alabama. But here's the Hangman, Lee Murphy. He weighed in yesterday at 255, 5-1 fighter, a freestyle fighter, and 25 years of age. And now the music changes, and we get ready to welcome Cody Huckabee inside the octagon. He is 11-2, 6'1", 245-pound boxer. So we got the freestyle fighter in Murphy, the boxer in Huckabee, and combined, look at the record, Monty. We're talking about 16-3 between these two heavyweights.
This is going to be a good slug out. I'm familiar with Coleman BJJ. Coleman actually in and of itself has got historic roots in Alabama's MMA community. Coleman was one of the first cities in Alabama that actually had full-fledged MMA events dating back.
Our very own Monty Burke. So here we go as the heavyweights will once again take over the V3 Octagon here at the Schultz Theater in Florence, Alabama. Tuscumbia, Alabama.
Tuscumbia, Alabama.
So a couple of local fighters, and there's no doubt that the fans here, plenty of them supporting both of these guys in Murphy, in Huckabee. And now let's get the formal introduction of the two from Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by Sachi. In a separate 3-minute rounds in the advanced amateur heavyweight division. Cage will be Jason Wilkerson. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Here was the black trunks with the red-white trim. At 5 feet 11 inches, he weighed in at 250 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 5 wins and 1 loss. Representing Last Man Standing, and fighting out of Lexington, Tennessee, Lee the Hangman Murphy. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. Here was the black trunks with the Spartan trim. At 6'1", he weighed in at 245 pounds. A boxer with an MMA record of 11 wins and 2 losses. Representing Coleman BJJ and fighting out of Coleman.
Wow. Jason Wilkerson now third man in the cage. Well, you heard the crowd, and it seems like it's partisan in the favor of Huckabee. And I'll mention something that Monty just said to me in just a second, and I was thinking the same thing. I'll tell you about it in just a moment. But 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds in the amateur division, and here we go, round number 1. Yeah, you were looking at me saying, wait, there's no way Huckabee's 245.
There's no way. I don't think he's 245. I've been in the fight game for a long time. His opponent, of course, is using his weight to get his apparent 245 frame down.
Well, Murphy's every bit of 255, and he is now on top of Huckabee. So now what's your situation when you're Murphy? You get him down, you're on top of him, and now you find yourself in a precarious situation.
He's going to have to figure out a way to get his arm away from Huckabee, because Huckabee has his arm locked, and now once a BJJ practitioner grabs a limb, he's not going to let it go.
Now this is a rematch. These two fought earlier with Cody Huckabee winning the first meeting in a split decision. So Huckabee won the first time in a split decision. He's trying to make sure it doesn't go to the cards. It doesn't go to the judges, even though he did win. He wants to take out Murphy right now.
Well, he has Murphy's arm. Huckabee is actually working from the bottom. He's got a good hip out, so he can use the Kimura to sweep him over and land on the top. The problem is, I do believe, is that 20-pound, 10, 15-pound weight difference.
Right. Now, can that leg sweep over a 255-pound man who right now seems to be,
and the crowd was calling for him to go to their feet. He stood him back up. He wants
action.
Okay. He wants action.
Okay. I thought, wow, nice left right there by
nice
Murphy.
Uppercut. Murphy landed an uppercut.
I thought for a second there he stopped the fight. I didn't know.
And right now, Huckabee is working. It looks like he may be working for an arm-in guillotine. Murphy's doing his best to push his hips down and not allow it to happen. If he takes him down from here and does not control his hips, he's going to get submitted. And he's working the guillotine. He's got it.
He's got it pretty darn good. Boy, we saw that left, that nice uppercut.
He had a straight uppercut, man. It was really pretty. He set it up off of a fake right and then slid in with the front uppercut. Now these guys are throwing knees to the inside of the leg. The referee's watching really close to make sure those shots are legit.
Right. Be very careful right there.
And it looks like Murphy may be trying to work to grab a leg and maybe either pull a single or even maybe go for a slam.
There's a knee from Huckabee.
And Huckabee seems to be very calm in this fight.
Very cerebral.
Very, yes, very. And he's got a nice knee to the body. Nice knee to the body by Huckabee. He's got him pushed against the cage.
And another knee. Final seconds.
Nice. He's with for the sweep, and he's going for the choke. Now he's got an arm-in guillotine.
Will he beat the clock?
He may beat the clock, and I just don't.
By Cody Huckabee. He had a couple of opportunities. For a second there, I thought he had won the fight. Their back was against where we're viewing from, and I saw Jason Wilkerson on top of it, and he stood him up, and that's exactly what he did. And then a great opportunity later in the round, in the final moments from Cody Huckabee with the guillotine attempt. But again, probably the clock saved Murphy. In a matter of a few seconds, it may have been over.
Yeah, you're right. I actually do believe it was. He had an arm-in guillotine. He had it locked pretty tight. One leg to protect the other part of his body holding. I'll tell you something. This second round is going to be very interesting because the weight difference in the first round can mean one thing, but it can mean something entirely different in that second round.
That's a great point. You know, Huckabee, we talked to him. He's a boxer. He's known more for his boxing skills. Well, he's got pretty.
That's what they do.
The corner right now talking with Lee Murphy, the hangman. What are they saying to him?
They're probably telling Lee to go ahead. He needs to be on top side. Either stand up and bang. If they go to the ground, they're telling Lee he needs to be up, postured. If he's in his guard, stay away from the submission.
Good first round, action-packed. Again, the heavyweights not disappointing tonight. We certainly hope you're enjoying it at home or wherever you're watching these fights on pay-per-view, right here from the Schultz Theater in Florence, Alabama. Round two. Here we go in this amateur heavyweight division battle on V3 Fights. Now, good combination by the hangman. And again, why doesn't he got himself tied up there, and now Huckabee's going to try to take advantage of it.
I'll tell you, man, Huckabee is trying to work. Murphy tried to stand up, bang, press him against the cage, and I think he tried to finish him. But right now, Murphy's trying to protect himself from being taken down, and that's what just happened. But I believe Murphy has a locked-in guillotine choke, and I believe he just got out. Good jiu-jitsu by Huckabee. Huckabee just escaped a guillotine choke, and he just got into full mount. And this is where the problem is going to be with the weight. Even though Huckabee is the lighter fighter, it's harder for a heavyweight to get up in the second round. And I believe the fight just ended. I believe the fight is going to end right now. Rear naked choke. He's got it locked in. He doesn't have his head up. He's going to have to he's going to have to push his hips out and get his head up.
And Murphy gave up his back. I don't know exactly what happened right there, but great job by Huckabee, as you said, getting out of trouble.
And Murphy has his chin down. He's trying to fight the choke off.
Good call, Monty. You were right on top of that, as was our referee, Jason Wilkerson. Boy, Cody Huckabee showing some incredible skills on the ground. Now, here's what I didn't understand. Murphy comes out, a great combination. Why not dance around a little bit? I know he's not the most mobile guy, but he got himself again in a predicament. We saw how much better Huckabee was on the ground.
Well, I think that may have been at the behest of his coach, because I believe his coaches told him to stand and bang. I was watching the corner when he went and grabbed him, and they were, I saw the head shaking. He was winning on the feet. He was winning with the hands, and he tied up with a guy who's obviously a superior BJJ practitioner.
Right.
And it showed almost at the end of the first round, and he got him in the second.
All right, Monty's going to make his way inside the cage. He will speak with our winner, who is Cody Huckabee. Huckabee improving to 12-2. Very impressive. Just 23 years are tremendous as well. Meanwhile, Lee the Hangman Murphy, nothing to be ashamed of. He lost to at least tonight, a superior opponent. He falls to 5-2, and he will be back strong, I am sure, just 25 years of age. Good fight in the heavyweight division between Huckabee and Murphy. Let's get the official time. The rear naked choke win for Cody Huckabee. Here's Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the V3 cage at the Shoals Theater, we present the official time. 1 minute, 18 seconds into the second round. Referee Jason Wilkerson calls a halt to the bout. Due to tap out via rear naked choke. Declaring your winner, Cody Huckabee.
And we are 4 for 4 tonight with our winner.
Cody, great fight, man. Great fight. Good execution of your BJJ skills, man. What was your strategy coming into this fight?
Man, I said just keeping the ground, the legs steady, pretty good, gonna get hard, supposed to practice on, keep on the ground, finally got it.
He seemed to be winning with the stand-up. He drew some good combinations, but when you clinched up with him, you actually knew what to do. You knew what you were working with, and your whole game was to put him on the ground, make him fight you from the ground.
Yeah, that's why I want to hold 5. The first round's kind of hard. They can come after me, take me down. Plus they can, stand up with me. While they play my game.
Well, I'll tell you, man, I heard ringside that this was a rematch. You guys came out real respectful, man, and fought a good fight, man. You got anything else you want to say?
Man, I was going to give him a big birthday, I'm going to do a good fight. You know, give him the dad, everybody comes me out.
There's 2 dads coaching, man. Give V3 some props, guys. Cody Huckabee, guys. Give him some applause. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Monty. Congratulations to Cody Huckabee. We'll take a short little intermission.
All right, V3 Legion.
Including 3 pro fights, so stay right here.
Right now, we have 2 lovely ladies we would like to introduce. Both of our cage girls for tonight. Please make some noise for Kendall and Jasmine. We are looking for the loudest V3Fight fans.
well timed. I hold that. It's great. You just put up against I don't know. He's up there and hurt. Yeah, man, we have full man's claim right there. If I can get up there, I'll go during my lunch break. Excellent. Yeah. Give them Everybody's going to blow that. I didn't know you were in. I didn't know I knew you were in.
Hey, you. All right.
Like this right now. You did not like that. No, why? You did not like
Hey, y'all need a heavyweight to come sell out. Yeah, she said she just got a call. She doesn't make it home.
I said 5K. I'm going down. Joe was ahead of like double take. To look at the next fight was like back-to-back heavyweights.
Yeah.
We were talking about it. He said those first two, when the Sandman and Odie went down, he said he was worried that they were going to hit the stand and they were going to fall over and go shooting up there. He said it's starting to shake. And then you had the next two guys, Kingsley and Woodley, they're talking about, well, that's too early.
Did anybody see that weight out? Way 245 the weight.
Telling you, that's what they said.
You know what? Actually, he should have been fighting. He should fight at no higher than 185. The ones before them, the bigger one, when I fought them, it would have been an ugly day.
Yeah. That's so funny. When you said that, I'm looking at it, and I knew. I was thinking of it when you said it.
Like Steel's family.
Stay tuned. No joke. Yeah, no joke. You ain't seen it.
Well, the intermission is complete here at the Shoals Theater in Florence, Alabama. We're so glad you could be with us tonight wherever you're watching V3 Fights from. I'm Greg Gaston alongside former professional champion and coach out of Guardian MMA in Nashville, Monty Burks, providing some expert analysis of so far 4 rear naked choke victories, Monty.
Man, it's been, I'll tell you what, man, the jiu-jitsu guys here are crazy tonight. Everybody.
Coming up next, we continue in the amateur division. This is our final amateur fight of the night. We got 3 pro fights, including our co-main event and main event to wrap up the evening. So a lot of exciting action. Don't go anywhere. But this one's our final amateur fight in the lightweight division. And here's a guy called The Chin, Robert Frettenborough, who fights out of Controlled Chaos MMA. He's from Huntsville, Alabama, but originally from the Motor City of Detroit, Michigan. This will be a rematch from just 3 weeks ago, in which his opponent, Brandon Rhodes, defeated Frettenborough in a split decision. So certainly revenge will be on the mind of Frettenborough as he gets set to take on Rhodes.
I'll tell you what, that's a quick turnaround. So this is probably going to be an explosive out there.
And look at Frettenborough with the do of do's tonight. A little red on the top. He is 6'6", 5'7", 155 pounds is what he tipped the scales last night at the official weigh-in. A freestyle fighter, just 25 years of age, and he hails from Huntsville, Alabama. Now they lower the lights once again here at the historic Shoals Theater. And get ready for a guy who's going to have the crowd behind him. Brandon Rhodes, whose brother will be part of the main event tonight, Dustin Rhodes, is a 7-2-2 fighter fighting out of Florence, BJJ. This is his hometown. The Rhodes are a very popular family in this town. And
I'll tell you what, man, that's a strategic home cage advantage. And you heard when he came out. I'll tell you what, that's really good response from this crowd.
Only 22 years of age. He's 6 foot tall, so he'll certainly have a decisive height advantage over the 5'7" Frettenborough. Freestyle fighter as his opponent. 155 was what he tipped the scales in. So the numbers, the tail of the tape, pretty even. But Brandon Rhodes, whose coach and trainer is his brother. He's learned a lot from the professional fighter Dustin Rhodes, and he's hoping to put on a show tonight for the packed house here at Shoals Theater. And like I mentioned, this will be our final amateur fight, then 3 in the professional division, the brother of Brandon Rhodes. So in the meantime, Robert Frettenborough is standing around, dancing a little bit, a little shadow boxing here in the cage. It's taken quite a while for Rhodes to make his way into the cage. Does that upset a fighter if he's waiting a little bit longer and now Rhodes makes his way in? But how do they react?
It can be a little, sometimes the fighters take it as a sign of disrespect because, you know, they're in somebody else's town and this guy's taking all the time and the crowd screaming for him, and he kind of feels like, okay, they're going to treat me like an underdog. So they'll usually come out gunning after something like that.
All right, let's get the formal introduction with Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by Platinum Jewelers in the Center 3-minute rounds in the advanced amateur lightweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage will be Chris Mize with the red-white trim. At 5 feet 7 inches, he weighed in at 155 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 6 wins and 6 losses. Representing Controlled Chaos, it's fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama. corner. He wears the brown trunks with the neon green trim. At 6', he weighed in at 155 pounds. A freestyle fighter with an MMA record of 7 wins and 2 losses. Representing Florence, BJJ.
For Brandon Rhodes, and now Chris Mize, third man in the cage.
Guys showing great respect.
Monty, how important is it for Frettenborough to prevent an early tsunami from Rhodes, who has the backing of this crowd?
I'll tell you, man, it's a big game changer, because he's going to have the crowd on his side, because he's going to be fighting. But I'll tell you what, the Chin is coming pretty hard. That's his nickname, the Chin. Now, these guys are striking it out. I'll tell you what, these lightweights are throwing some fire right now.
Round 1 off to a good start here on V3 Fights. Rhodes missed.
Nice, he threw nice hook, nice body shot.
And came back with the leg.
Nice tie
right
kick,
there.
nice tie kick. He's trying to go for the choke. He's trying to lock the choke. He's got it. He's almost got it. He's going for the knee. There you go. Knee work. Frettenborough, he's doing good by blocking the knees, putting his arm down. He's putting his arm in front of him so he can't land the knees successfully. But it almost looks like Rhodes might be trying to work for a choke. And Frettenborough's trying to go for an inside leg trip, which is rare from this position.
Can he reach, by the way? He's giving up a lot of height.
Yes, he is, but I'll tell you what, he's aggressive. He's throwing knees, he's throwing shots, he's got it.
How powerful was that kick from Frettenborough?
Oh, man,
from Rhodes, rather.
It was a perfectly timed tie kick, low kick, man. It's so, and he's still throwing them. And the guys, I'll tell you what, these guys, nice takedown
by Rhodes.
Nice takedown. That was a wrestling double leg. He caught him coming in, and he set him up. Now he's working. It looks like he may be working for a side choke, a triangle choke from the top. He's going for full mount. Oh, nice. This is really good now. He's working for a Kimura. He's not giving up the Kimura.
Frettenborough gets him back.
Oh, he's going for the back. Good job, guys. These guys, great transition. Now he's full mounted. Now Frettenborough's full mounted. Uh-oh, this could be ugly. These guys got a lot of energy and a lot of fire. He's got the full mount. Frettenborough's holding him down good. He's pinching him down so he can't really land any good shots except to his body.
Not much pop behind those punches. Well, we know Rhodes has an arsenal, though. He's tried a lot of things here in this second round, and now he gets his hands free.
I tell you what, I do believe that he's going to try to. He's got him in a. He's worked his way out of it. I'll tell you what, Frettenborough's got some skills, man. He's great from the bottom. He's going to switch out, and he's probably going to end up on top here. And there he does.
Good call. Frettenborough now.
Frettenborough's now is going to have to work because he's very aggressive. He's going to do what you call a cut-through pass, and he's going to try to go to full mount. But I do believe that Rhodes is going to try to work the submission from the bottom.
Boy, Frettenborough's slippery.
Yes, he is, man. He's quick. He doesn't wait. He's very explosive. These smaller guys, man, this is what you see. And Rhodes is trying to work from the half guard to bump to his back. That's what he's good stand. These guys have got a good fight going here, man. This is a really good fight, real exciting.
Action-packed from the start. Final seconds here in round number 1. Good knee
hey,
from Rhodes.
Good hands.
Frettenborough.
Good job. I'll tell you what, man, this is a really, so these guys fought really well, still showing each other major respect. This is a good round.
And that's a former champion actually applauding as he provides analysis for us tonight. So we know Monty Burks was very, very impressed with the performance of both Frettenborough and Rhodes in that first round. We saw a lot of different things, Monty, in that first round. Kind of give us a quick analysis of what exactly we saw, because Frettenborough seemed like he was in trouble a couple of times and was able to slip out of it.
Well, I'll tell you, Frettenborough came out with more of a boxing style, straight ahead, and Rhodes had more of a Muay Thai style. And these guys circled out. Both of these guys seem to be skilled very well because they try to stay away from each other's power hand. But I'll tell you, Frettenborough tried to throw a hard cross from the backhand, which is something that you don't do in MMA without a setup. And when he did, really good clinch game. Both guys worked the knees. This is a very good matched fight.
So let's see if the excitement and the fireworks continue in round number 2. Again, lightweight division battle, amateur division, 3 rounds or 3 minutes per round.
I'll tell you something. This is a heck of a pace, and I'd like to see if these guys can keep it for 3 rounds. Trettenborough still, he's out there dancing.
Just 25 years of age. Meanwhile, Rhodes is only 22. Round number 2. Here we go.
And still respect. That's what makes us proud of our sport.
Well, a little slip by Rhodes.
And he's worked into a good position. Trettenborough's got the full guard. Trettenborough's very busy from the bottom. Rhodes is trying to work. He's trying to be patient. He's trying to be patient. Now he's sticking that arm out there. He can get arm barred like that. And that's what Trettenborough's going for. He's trying to pinch the arm, and he's trying to work an arm bar from the bottom. That's why he's got that arm pinched. Look, he's trying to switch his hips out for it. Oh, he's trying to get up there. Good job, guys. No, he's covering him. He's still in half guard. Great action, great transitions from both of these kids.
All right, what's Rhodes trying to do now on top?
Rhodes is actually trying to pass the half guard. He's trying to figure out a way to take that right leg and get it through. He wants to work a little ground and pound. The problem is that Trettenborough's using the position and the leverage to control his body up top. But now he's working on it. He's cutting through with the right knee, and he's trying to get Trettenborough's back.
Trettenborough has done a pretty good job in escaping danger, and he's going to try to do it again. And now he's trying to get it back on the feet, and the two.
And this is a unique position. You know, headlocks are not advised in MMA because they set up a back take. But I'll tell you what, Trettenborough is slick, and he just got caught in an arm bar. He just got caught in an arm bar. Oh, the referee almost called it, and he stopped the arm bar. I'll tell you, man, you got to wait till the ref comes in to stop it. Rhodes had him in an arm bar, and he let go because he thought the referee stopped the fight.
Wow.
And he had it locked in, and there was no escape. And I'll tell you what, he's going to finish it from the top now.
Now some
he's
ground
going to finish it from the top now.
He's
going to finish it now. He's going to finish it. And I'll tell you what, he's going to go for another arm bar. There you go. He's putting that knee in so he can't protect himself. He's going to arm bar.
Well, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of punishment there.
Oh, he's reversed it. He's still down on the bottom. But this is where it looks like the BJJ practitioner is the most dangerous. He's good down here on the bottom. He's got a good.
How about Trettenborough getting out of it, though?
Oh, well, he let him up. The guy had the fight standing. I'll tell you what's going to happen right now. I do believe the takedown is coming. I believe Rhodes is going to put him on his back because it looks like Trettenborough has gotten tired. He's dropping his hands, and he's, oh, yes, then the boxing game comes. He's slipping out, throwing the left. Both of these guys seem to be winded, man. A perfectly landed shot's going to end this fight. There's the takedown. He's working. He didn't get it. He's going to work from the bottom. He's going to work the half guard.
Final seconds here in the second round. We may have our first third round.
That was a good round. It's really unfortunate for Rhodes. He had the arm bar, but we're always taught and trained, you don't stop the fight till the referee comes in and touches you and tells you the fight is over. You don't stop because your corner or somebody in the crowd screams you got it. And I know his coach is upset with him right now because he's pushing him into deep waters, and he had that fight.
And there are situations where an official, a referee in this case, is on the move around to another side and may miss it momentarily, but you still have to hold on to that.
And that's what happened. The referee was trying to get a better angle because he couldn't see it. And to give Trettenborough credit, he was trying to it's called hitchhike out, and that means you put that thumb up and you roll out, and that's what he did. He tried to escape, so I'll give him credit. He's a hard fighter, but Rhodes' strategy is, I do believe that I have it scored right now, two rounds to none. Rhodes, I think Rhodes is going to try to move around, keep it real clean, and try to keep from. I believe he's won this fight.
If it does go to the scorecards, our judges are John Eaton, Renee Mize, and Julie Cleveland. I absolutely agree with my partner that Rhodes has won the first 2 rounds. So does Trettenborough have knockout power? Can he knock him out, or can he submit him? I don't know if he can submit him. I think Rhodes has superior BJJ skills. But let's see what this young man, Frettenborough, can do from Huntsville, Alabama. He's been a gamer.
Yes, he has. And again, man, that 1 minute between rounds, it actually makes the fighters more tired, I do believe, man.
Wow.
Yes, it does. It gives them time to slow down, and when they slow down, they got to get it back up. And you see right now, and good counter by Rhodes. Good smart by Rhodes. Smart by Rhodes.
Slam by Rhodes.
Rhodes is going to control this fight from here. This is all he needs to do is control him, put his ground and pound in, and try to pass that guard and work. Tell you what, these guys have put on a heck of a fight, man.
Now let's see. Right now in the half guard, is it?
That is the half guard. And then what's right now what's happening is Frettenborough is trying to take his left hand and post up, and then as he's going, Rhodes is dropping all of his pressure into him. He's putting he's putting 3 points of pressure now. He's got 3 points of pressure, man. It's hard to move from that with a guy that's got experience on the top.
It's hard to move, and I would imagine energy is just going out the window here for a guy like Frettenborough. He's probably exhausted having that guy on top.
Man, and the range and the length is going to be harder for him while he's tired to get away from him, because I'll tell you, Rhodes is working like a spider from the top.
Again, if the two are inactive, Chris Mize, who's the third man in the cage, he'll stand the two up if he doesn't think they're progressing.
And I'll tell you what, Rhodes looks like he's trying to transition to the back, and that's what he's getting. I'll tell you, Frettenborough's a good defender. He's a very good defender, but he's in trouble right now. He's got his back taken. He's got his back taken out. Now Rhodes is in a position to choke. He's going to work a body triangle. Oh, man. Now, this right here is a very hard position to get out of because it constricts the air from the middle, and it makes it very hard for a guy to work out of this. And right now, even though it looks like he let it go. He let it go. He let it go. And he's going to work the arm bar. He's got the arm bar again. He's got the arm bar again. Frettenborough's, he's going to break it. He's going to break it if he doesn't tap. His arm down. I saw. My goodness. Great jiu-jitsu. Great jiu-jitsu. Great jiu-jitsu. Frettenborough was a hard competitor, man, but he just got caught.
What a gamer Frettenborough was. But, boy, Brandon Rhodes seemed to be thinking a step ahead every single move. Every single move.
And I'll tell you what, that comes from a great coaching staff.
That's a great point, Monty. He's thinking triangle, then he's like, oh, wait, I'm going to go to the armbar. Now, you knew exactly what he was going to do. He came through. He gets the win. Monty will make his way inside the cage. We'll talk to our winner, Brandon Rhodes, a very popular winner here as he fights in front of the home crowd in his home city. And Brandon Rhodes improves to 8-2, just 22 years of age. And again, coached by a number of folks, led by his brother. That is a great tandem, the Rhodes brothers from here in Florence, Alabama. An impressive win for Brandon Rhodes, winning by the armbar in round number 3. So again, we do not go to the cards. It's over. Rhodes goes to 8-2. Meanwhile, Frettenborough, the gamer, drops to 6-7. Now let's get the official time from Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the V3 cage at the Soul Stealer, we present the official time of 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the third round. Referee Chris Mize calls a halt to the bout due to tap out being armbar, declaring your winner,
A popular victory for Rhodes, and now
great fight, man. Great fight. Congratulations. Congratulations. Tell me, man, this right here has been an electric fight, man. This is the fight of the night nominee right here. Tell me, what was your game plan coming into this fight?
Man, I was just trying to come out and finish. Robert, man, he's a pure gamer. Always puts on his show, no matter who he's fighting. He'll never care who he fights. He's just a pure gamer. He finds ways to win.
I'll tell you what, you guys came out throwing fireworks, man. It was wonderful. You know, in that second round, when you had him in the arm bar and you let go prematurely, man, what thought was going through your head?
I felt like he tapped to my leg and put his arm up. I don't know. I guess it's just going on to it.
professional fights are on the way. Keep it right here.
Yeah, if you want one. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, the fanfare here is wonderful, man. The fanfare here is wonderful.
That was pretty impressive. It was hard to hear you because there are so many fans of the Rhodes brothers, but terrific interview. And now this one should be fun because in the welterweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, here comes Tyler the Blacksmith. This guy is Mr. Excitement, Feast or Famine, from Memphis, Tennessee, and Team Havoc MMA. He fought over 25 amateur fights. He's now 1-1 as a professional, 29-year-old. Boy, oh boy, this is a guy who will electrify the crowd. Again, he's been beaten, and he's beaten a lot of guys. He's a fun fighter to watch. Tried a little intimidation during weigh-in with this, maybe a little extracurriculars in the fist bump with his opponent, Matt Ward, but all in showmanship, I think, for this fight to kind of fire it up a little bit. I don't think it needs any firing up. I think there's going to be fireworks.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a really good camps. Matt Ward comes out of Triad. Triad's notorious for being one of the best jiu-jitsu schools in the country. They've got Pan Am champions that grapple there. That's world champions that travel and train. And I've seen Mr. Smith fight before. He is explosive. He does not back down, and he comes straight ahead. This is going to be a good fight.
Tyler has Gideon Sullivan, his coach, in his corner, along with Robert Brandhorst. Again, a guy from Memphis who does not back down to anybody. And as Monty said, I expect this fight to be a terrific one. Maybe we'll battle for fight of the night. Who knows? When it's all said and done, we'll find out. But Matt Ward, who will find making his way through the historic Scholz Theater in just a moment. As you mentioned, Triad, they got a Triad martial arts there. We talked a little bit before the fights tonight. He says he's been there for about 8 years. He feels his strength is on the ground, but he says he also feels comfortable on his feet. But he doesn't trust the judges. He doesn't want to go to the cards. And I can understand that to a certain point. You want to try to end it without having to go to 3 people's opinion.
That is correct. That is correct. You know, and again, it's sometimes the judges see something different. Sometimes the guys feel like they've been slighted, and the best way to fix that is to never let it go to the judges' hands. Pull it out of their hands and leave it in yours.
So Matt Ward would come in with a 1-1 professional record. He was 3-0 as an amateur. He started back in December of 2009 as an amateur fighting team for quite some time. He was undefeated, as I mentioned, as an amateur. He lost on September 7th of 2013 to Ben Brewer, and everybody knows how good a fighter Ben Brewer is. And that was a 3rd-round majority decision. He won versus Alan Little by rear naked choke at 3:49 of round 1 in their fight. He's a Vale-Tudo fighter, which is Portuguese for anything goes.
Anything goes. Vale-Tudo, the original Vale-Tudo guys would go in and fight, and there was no protective gear. They could wear a mouthpiece if they wanted, but there were no gloves, no shin pads, and they would go in and fight under no clock until the fight was finished.
It almost sounds like a Tough Man.
It was I'll tell you what, it was a cross between the original UFC cards where there was the time clock would only just show how long you were in there. There was no limit.
Well, we do at Ward. He'll make his way inside the V3 cage. Tyler the Blacksmith from Memphis, Tennessee. Matt Ward from Huntsville, Alabama. Let's get it on. Here's Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this bout is brought to you by Budweiser. It's number 3, 5-minute rounds in the professional welterweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man in the cage will be Jason Wilkerson. Introducing first, fighting at the blue corner. He wears the white trunks with black trim. At 5 feet 9 inches, he weighed in at 168 pounds. A freestyle fighter with a professional MMA record of 1 win and 1 loss. Representing Havoc MMA, it's fighting out of North Memphis. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the orange trunks with the black and white trim. At 5 feet 11 inches, he weighed in at 171 pounds. A Vale Tudo fighter with a professional MMA record of 1 win and 1 loss. Representing Triad MMA, it's fighting out of Huntsville, Alabama.
Well, we know which way the crowd is leaning. Our third man in the cage, Jason Wilkerson.
Well, these guys got a serious stare down, but again, respect. They touch gloves. I'm expecting a very good
Out against him. Let's see if he can get his second victory. Round 1, here we go. Smith is a freestyle fighter, but he has a preference of striking. He'll try to knock out his opponent if he can. Ward, as you mentioned, Vale Tudo.
And these guys are filling each other out really good. These guys are real thoughtful, real precision. Great foot movement, great head movement by both guys.
And there's Ward looking for the takedown right away.
He went for a double. He got stuffed. Smith is working, but Ward has pushed him into the cage. He's using his balance. He's using his leverage. He's trying to work for the takedown. And Smith is doing a really good job defending.
Good knee to the right thigh of, make that the left thigh of Smith.
And Smith has what you call a white leg in, so he can work for a takedown. And Ward is still working to take down. They're both throwing really good knees. He's lost his whizzer. He's lost his whizzer. Now he may be in trouble.
Now it's Smith leaning on Ward against the side of the cage right in front of us.
And Ward's working for a choke. And
Big slam by Smith.
And Smith right now is trying to get around so he does not get caught in Ward's guard. Don't want to get caught in the guard when you have someone that has a guillotine, but Smith's working around. He's got good pressure. Ward's got good pressure. This is a really good fight, and Ward's working for the sweep from the headlock. And Smith has worked. Smith is half guard work, and Smith's trying to pass the half guard.
So he got out of the guillotine pretty
He got out of the
easily.
guillotine, but now he's caught in a triangle. He's got one hand in. He's got one hand in. He's working an arm bar, but Smith's got an arm in, so the triangle's not locked. Smith can work from there. Smith can work from there.
He's fighting to get through.
And he is trying to elbow. He is trying to work the elbows to the head and punches to the top of the head. Smith is in trouble right now. Smith is in trouble, but he doesn't seem to be hurt. But he's in trouble. He's got to get out of that triangle.
Right now, how do you get out of it?
He's going to have to open up and push forward. If he goes backward, he's going to get submitted. He's going to have to come forward. That's what he's trying to do. Is he's trying to ease forward. Now, and Ward is in very good position, but Ward has got to be careful not to punch himself out right now.
It also mentioned professional fights in Alabama, the elbows are allowed. In the amateur fights, you saw no elbows earlier tonight. There's a
and Ward is throwing some serious heat to that guy's head. And Smith is a tough fighter. He's taking it, but he's in trouble. Ward is actually working from triangle to armbar. He's going to work his transition right now. He's in a good position. His guard game is slick. He's working what you call a diamond right now.
Well, as Ward mentioned, he's sitting up.
And he's grabbed the arm. He's trying to take his. If Ward tries to stand, if Smith tries to stand, Ward's going to reach under, grab his arm, his leg, and try to sweep him to go to the top.
Boy, he continues to connect with those strikes. Elbows, hammer fists.
And now, and Ward's going to reach back. Ward's got an armbar. He's working an armbar. Ward is working an armbar. He's going to work to grab that leg. He's going to try to sweep him. He's going to try to sweep him. He's going to try to sweep Smith. Smith is pushing through.
Yes, Smith came down nicely. He knew what was about to be attempted.
Yes, he did. And Smith's going to have to posture up and get out of there. And, okay, he's pushed forward. Smith's pushed forward. Now Smith's in his full guard.
Dominating first round so far for the Huntsville, Alabama native, Matt
That is
Ward.
correct, and he is working his jiu-jitsu. He's got really good hips. He's trying to work out and try to sweep and maybe go for an arm bar. And that's what he's working right now. And, again, Tyler Smith's got good posture. He's staying high. He's trying to stay out of line for the submission, but now he's caught in a guillotine. He's got caught. He's caught. He cannot let Ward lock his feet, and he did. He got out of the guillotine.
He did.
Now
He started with the guillotine earlier in the round, and now he's come back to the guillotine.
Well, those guys from Triad are some serious submission specialists, and Ward's going to work him from the bottom. He's going to work every submission he can. He's going to use his elbows and his fists to set up a mistake from Mr. Smith, and Tyler's going to have to stand this fight up.
If anything, we've seen the power and fortitude of Smith.
Yes.
He's taking a lot of shots.
He is a tough fighter to be able to withstand some of those elbows. It's like it's not even bothered him.
Again, these are 5-minute rounds in the professional ranks.
And this changes the game. Now Smith's trying to respond with strikes. Smith still responding with strikes. Ward is going to try to hold him down. Ward's got his submission, and he comes from a submission school.
Well, Ward's tried everything but the kitchen sink so far in this first round.
And Ward's actually working for an armbar right now. Armbar / Kimura. He's got that arm trapped. Oh, he's got his triangle. Got it. Smith's in trouble. He's going to have to try to fight. Smith's in trouble. Now he's got an arm lock. He's got an arm lock. Oh, Smith turned out of it
again. He got out of it again. And he gets out of it. How about the job from Tyler Smith?
Oh, he draws. Tyler Smith's got hands.
Wow.
Tyler Smith's got serious hands.
And Smith is smart to back away. He didn't want any part of him on the ground. What a
great round. Great round.
Great
round. I'll tell you what, this is classic striker versus grappler.
Man, that is so true. You talked about it at the outset. Smith, after he knocked him down, Ward was ready for him to jump on him and pounce on him, and he would have the advantage. The job that Smith rather, to get out of those choke possibilities. You had 2 attempts at a guillotine. You had the triangle. You had the armbar attempt twice. He got out of it every single time.
I'll tell you what, man, that goes. He's got a good coaching staff. This guy knows how to he's positive. He doesn't want to grapple, but his submission defense is key. And again, that's one of the tricky things about MMA. You don't have to be a submission specialist, but if you know how to defend a submission, you can change the game in a fight.
So here's the question: can Smith knock Ward out? Can he get close enough to knock him out without preventing Ward from taking him down and getting back into the position, the advantageous position he had in the first round? Because you're right, this is contrasting in styles, but it's been electric on the ground.
I'll tell you, man, it's going to depend on who's got something left in the tank. He won't be out of, it's going to be hard for him to fight out of those kind of submissions while he's tired.
Round 2, here we go. Tyler Smith in the white trunks, Ward in the orange.
And Ward's working some head. Oh, Ward's working on his stand-up now. And
Boy, he just missed with that kick. Just missed.
I do believe that Ward's trying to get Tyler Smith to stand straight up so Ward can land a takedown. I think he's going to use his strikes to get him to stand up, and he's going to take Smith back down.
Good strategy if that's the case for the triad martial artist, Matt Ward. Big kick to the head from Ward.
And Tyler tried to. Oh, Tyler's hurt. Tyler's hurt. I do believe he was rocked with that kick because he didn't even defend the takedown at all. He did not defend it. And I believe Ward is pounding.
Strikes from Ward.
Ward is dropping big guard, pulling to the inside, which is giving Ward the angle for his strikes. And here Ward has got it. Now Ward's got him. He's got him in a position to where his arm is locked. He's trapped Tyler's right arm, and now he's just going to use elbows and rain down the pain. I do believe this is going to be.
It's close to being over right now.
It's close to being over right now. He's going to take Tyler's back, but give Tyler credit. He's still fighting.
He's a gamer. Jason Wilkerson's right on top of this. He's asking Tyler to fight back.
I believe it's over. I believe Tyler's going to get back. He's giving him his back. And Tyler's not fighting back, and he's going to stop this fight. He's going to stop this fight because Tyler's not fighting out. It's over, man.
Well, I think you made a great point, an astute point. Wilson was rocked from that kick to the head. He was stunned. He couldn't move. And then Ward with the takedown. and then he dominated the strikes. Once he had the arm locked in, I think that was a great point you made to start the second round.
I'll tell you, man, and I'll give Smith a lot of credit. I think that he was exhausted from trying to fight those submissions for that whole round, and then he got rocked. And you know, if you're a little exhausted and you get rocked and you don't see it, that can be the end of the fight, man.
All right, Monty will make his way inside the cage. He'll talk to our winner, Matt Ward, who improves to 2-1 as a professional. Meanwhile, Tyler Smith absorbs his second loss in 3 professional fights, and he's back on his feet. Good to see. And now let's get the official time for Ward's victory with Michael Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in the second round of the show standards, your winner by TKO victory.
Another popular win here in Florence, Alabama. Matt Ward again improves to 2-1, and now our very own Monty Burks will make his way inside the cage and talk to our winner. I think the audio is down. That's why we can't hear the interview with Monty Burks and Matt Ward. We got 2 more big fights in the professional ranks here on V3 Fights coming up. Good answer from Matt Ward. What does he want? He wants fights. He wants money. Well, he showcased his skills tonight in a very impressive way. Matt Ward wins over Tyler Smith. And again, we got plenty more action. Keep it right here. We got our co-main event still to come, and then our main event of the evening.
fight game, man, you got to be a showman for the crowd because the crowd is what pays you when you become a pro. So you got to be a crowd person. That's the game, man. That's the game.
It's always good. It's always better when you can be a showman comes with the goods.
There you go. Dan Hardy that fights in the UFC. He lost. He's the only fighter ever to lose 5 fights and stay in the UFC. He lost 5 in a row and he's still there. When he's on the venue, the house of the ticket sale. Just to see him lose.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He went through a bad. He lost 5 in a row in the UFC. Now he's went 2 in a row. He's on the way back. Ben from ticket seller, Brewer. Yeah. Yeah, I just seen him around the corner over there.
Should fight MMA more. Come in with a big king. Come in with a big king's crown.
I dare you.
One of the greatest things kings have come up with a big king crown.
Yes.
And the glowing thing. And
I can be a showman,
Man, I'll tell you what, man. This is one of the. I didn't start fighting. I got in graduate school. I used to box when I was younger, and I trained for years. And then everybody was like, MMA is legal in Tennessee. So I was like, hey, I'll take a fight. And I was in my 30s. I was like, I'll take a fight. I don't care. Anyway, I won 7 in a row. I got 7 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. That's how many fights I've got. That's my total fight record. Had a ball. And my thing was this bucket list type thing. And just kind of kept rolling with it. Now I've watched the progression of these fighters, man. It is a young man's game. I don't breathe like that.
I always think like I'm in there and some dude's got me in like an arm bar and I'm trying to submit and they don't see it and it breaks my arm. I always get that like a nightmare that that's what's gonna happen. And I'm like, dude, I tapped out, I verbally tapped out, you didn't see me broke my freaking arm.
Screen tap.
I'm done.
I'll tell you, man.
That's what I did 3 years when I was a teenager boxing. Never could imagine ever like doing all this stuff. It's just incredible. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu.
Good fight, man.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it. That's good to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again, your V3Fight Phillips, Jacqueline, and Kendall. Here comes holding out some t-shirts from the other stand from V3Fight. Right there, we are rookie PFCs.
And now our co-main event of the evening, a professional battle in the featherweight division, 3 rounds at 5 minutes per round. Sean of the Dead Allen versus Stephen Wilhite. And we get ready to introduce you to Sean Allen from Cleveland, Tennessee, and Manifest Strength and Conditioning, which he actually owns. Originally from this area, from the Florence area, Russellville, Alabama, to be exact. He's been actively involved in martial arts since his late teens. Began training for MMA at around 16 years of age after moving to the Nashville area. He's fought in Memphis. He's been around the game a long time. Professional fighter, over 20 amateur fights. He got started about 7-8 years ago. Here's the great quote that I want to pass along to our viewers, Monty. Here's his prediction. I see domination, I see blood, I see my hand raised. This is Sean of the Dead Allen.
Well, man, he's got a really cool, unique nickname, and the kid's artistic, man. I'll tell you that, man. He's got a terrific fight resume, man, and I actually got to see the guys in the weigh-ins, and man, there was some heat in that weigh-in. There was some heat. Those guys faced off, and there was no friendship, no love there.
Yeah, a lot of trash talking between these two, Allen and Wilhite. And again, Allen, he started training with Sean Hammond's MMA in Nashville. You're very familiar with Sean. Then he made the transition on V3Fights in late June after a 2-year layoff, but lost to Johnny Bowman. I would imagine after a 2-year layoff, that first fight back's rough, but maybe now a second fight, you're back and your juices are flowing again, and maybe you're back to where you once were.
And that, you know, it's called cage rust, man. When you sit out for a while, you got to get it back. And, you know, again, training under Sean Hammonds, Sean is one of the elite jiu-jitsu practitioners in the United States, man. He's a worldwide champion. He's got accolades that are unreal. I've actually had the privilege of going and training with Sean Hammond's competition team on numerous times with my coaches. And if this guy's training with those guys, that means he's got a decent ground game. He's got a toolkit that he can try to use in this fight.
Well, here comes Stephen Wilhite from Coleman, Alabama, and Triad Martial Arts, the mission experts, the BJJ, the jiu-jitsu, everything's terrific. He had a great amateur career at 17-3 and now 1-1 as a pro. He is 30 years of age. He said he caught the fever when he went to a local MMA Tough Man event, and he hasn't stopped since, although he has had periods of inactivity, almost 2 years since he stepped in the cage. He lost in July of 2012 to Chad Livingston, TKO'd Wilhite, who didn't answer the bell for the 3rd round. But then he beat Jonathan Clemens by rear naked choke in the 1st round. Actually, that was back in March. So here's a guy who's had a couple of year layoff against a guy whose last fight was after a couple of year layoff. So we wonder if there will be rust with Wilhite.
I'll tell you what, man, that is a big question. I'll tell you one thing about this fight, though. It's going to be a good one, too. I'll tell you what, these fights have started to go straight up a hill.
Yeah, again, Allen, as I mentioned, sees his hands raised. Wilhite says he doesn't see this fight going the distance. Now, he did not say it would be him coming out victorious, but you got to feel that he's pretty confident. And he jumps into the cage with a lot of backing from the crowd. Now let's get the formal introduction of these two gladiators. Here's our cage announcer, Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this co-main event is brought to you by Beast Fighting. Don't be a rookie, be a beast. In a set of 3 5-minute rounds in the professional featherweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the 3rd man in the cage will be Jesus, the black trunks with the red and white trim. At 5 feet 6 inches, he weighed in at 145 pounds. A well-rounded fighter with a professional MMA record of 2 wins and 2 losses. Representing Manifest Fitness and fighting out of Cleveland, Tennessee, Sean of the Dead Allen. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He wears the orange trunks with the black and white trim. At 5 feet 8 inches, he weighed in at 142 pounds. A freestyle fighter with a professional MMA record of 1 win and 1 loss. Representing Triad.
And the crowd goes wild. Here's Jason Wilkerson, final instructions for the two.
We've got a tense stare down.
Let me ask you, as a former fighter, are they listening at all to what Jason's saying?
No, they're ready. Especially these two.
A lot of trash talking going on in this one. Here we go, folks. Professional featherweight division, round 1. Here we go.
Great show of respect, even though they had a little beef with you. Oh, nice head kick. Nice head kick. Oh, nice straight shot. These boys are throwing.
And Allen dances out of the way, and that was probably a good move.
Allen's throwing some really nice lead kicks. And I'll tell you, man, this is really, really, really good fight. Nice push kick. Nice push kick. Oh, nice inside leg kick.
Allen's trying to hit and run, hit and run.
I'll tell you what, both of these guys are standing in the pocket throwing. This doesn't look like one of the fights that'll go the distance.
Well, again, that's what Will Hite said. He does not think this will go to the cards. We have not yet had a decision tonight.
These boys are throwing. This is a great, great display of technique, man. We've got guys, and I see some underhooks. I see a throw. I see a throw coming. Oh, great push in, great push in.
Knee from Will Hite.
Knee from Will Hite. Allen with the takedown. I'm sorry, Allen with the takedown. He was working his arm lock, and I'll tell you, man, I don't know if Allen really wanted to go down to the ground with the triad.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Triad.
No, I don't think so.
Guard game, great guard game. He's working out. He's working a Kimura sweep. He got his back to his feet, and Allen's trying to take his back. Oh, and and I think Allen he just landed on his back. I don't know if he tripped or it was just a trip, but
a lot of ground and pound from Will Hite.
And Will Hite is working his ground and pound. It looks like he's trying to set an arm bar up. He's leaning forward trying to set a submission up.
He in a full mount.
He's in a full mount. And now Allen seems to be calm. Allen seems to be calm, but he needs to work his hips to try to escape. But again, Will Hite is working to his back. And Will Hite's going to work. And Will Hite's going to ground and pound.
Big crowd.
Oh, he's taking his back, and he's got his hooks in. And I believe the choke, he's got a neck crank. He had a neck crank. Now he's going to continue to work.
Try to get that rear naked.
And he's got it. He's got a gable grip. Now he's got it locked in, and the fight's going to end here in just a second.
He's
got it. He's got it.
Here in Florence, Alabama, Sean Allen came out with a couple of nice kicks, seemed very aggressive, and then Stephen Will Hite, just stronger, I think, more skilled, even though they both consider themselves freestyle fighters. Boy,
I'll tell you, man,
you mentioned Triad, but those skills on the ground, submission skills.
They've got great submission skills, and I'll tell you something, man, the biggest, one mistake in a fight can kill you, and he went for a double underhook and then a body lock, and when he did, Will Hite walked straight forward, landed straight on top, and that was the end of the fight. He never let him back up.
Good analysis from Monty. He's going to go in and talk to our winner, and that is Stephen Will Hite. Will Hite improves to 2-1. Allen falls to 2-3. Let's get the official time as this one ended very quickly. Here's Michael Keller. Our 5th win tonight by rear naked choke, and now Monty Burks will talk to our winner.
What was your fight plan? What was your fight plan? Game plan going into that fight? It was a great display of jiu-jitsu. Once again, Triad came in with an awesome display. It starts with a head kick and you kept moving forward. What's going on? You know what? We train like that. We don't train to tap each other. Just barely chicken fight each other. We train to go hard. We train. So you kept coming forward the whole time. He put on a great display. That was a great fight for the crowd, man. It was electrifying. Congratulations. Back for a while. Great team, man. We look to see you again on V3, man. It's a great future for you, man. Congratulations again, brother. Good fight.
Thank you very much, Monty Burks, Stephen Wilhite.
Thank John so much. Family, it's like my second family. I'd like to thank all the sponsors. There's several. Can't really name them all. Thank you to my kids for putting up with me. My friends, my family.
You got to get your thank yous in, and you certainly did. Stephen Wilhite, a winner in our co-main event. We got the main event of the evening coming up. And now it's time for our main event of the evening. V3 Fights, professional division, middleweight. 3 rounds, 5 minutes per round. And let's say hello to the Beast, Anthony Lemon, who will be facing Dustin Deuce Rhodes. And we know that Dustin Rhodes is going to have the home crowd behind him. But Anthony Lemon comes in with a 4-win MA in Tullahoma. What can you tell us about the Beast?
I've known Anthony since he started his MMA career. I actually knew him when he trained as a child. I know his whole family. He's a hard-working he's a blue-collar MMA fighter. He's going to go out there and try to work and get the fight in. I know that these two guys had they had a really bad confrontation during the weigh-ins. And I've not met Mr. Rhodes personally, but I know about his school. But Anthony comes from a striking school with a wrestling background. So he's gonna come bring it forward. Anthony's a Bellator veteran, and he's fought on a different fight cards. So he's a really good fighter, skilled fighter.
Plenty of cage experience, 12 amateur fights before he became a professional. Unfortunately, as a pro, he's had some ups, he's had some downs. He lost May 17th to Cody Shuffield by second-round rear naked choke. He lost him to sneeze at when you lose to a guy like Ben Brewer, but he lost by armbar submission. He's lost 3 straight. He's lost 5 of 6. This would be a nice way to turn it around against a guy as talented as Dustin Rhodes. In his corner, Anthony will have Jacob Heiss, who's a teammate, Randall Ward, trainer, Brandon Bolton, grappling coach. He has plenty of experience, has a very good club behind him. Let's see if he can get off the schneid, as they say.
And I'll tell you, his record doesn't really, 4-4 record, sometimes people look at that as like, man, you know, he's a 500 guy, but right. In the MMA world, any experience, win or loss, helps you with the next fight.
You learn from your mistakes, and you also learn from what you did well.
Guarantee it. Yes, you do.
So there's Anthony the Beast Lemon. And now we get favorites. This guy will have the crowd on their feet. They're waiting in anticipation for the doors to open up. Dustin Deuce Rhodes, whose brother fought earlier tonight, trains with Florence BJJ from right here in Florence, Alabama. And he also fights out of a private gym known as Ladybug Gym. He played baseball and then back in 2006 began MMA. Comes in with a 3-win and 2-loss record. First fight as a pro, 2013 December, won by first round armbar. versus Fred Weaver. Big Bama fan, considers himself a party animal. Well, let's see if he can party his way. Rhodes in our main event, a professional middleweight division bout right here on V3 Fights. As far as the tail of the tape is concerned, Lemon 6 foot even, weighed in yesterday officially at 182, 23 years of age, a freestyle fighter. Meanwhile, Rhodes 3-2, 6'3", so the taller of the two, 185 pounds, and a freestyle fighter. Been a great night of fights. We expect this one to be as well, although we have not had one fight that have gone to the cards.
Not one single fight. Nobody's giving the judges a chance to see what they saw. Exactly. They don't want to hear it. Now, I'll tell you something about this fight. There is a distinct...
The taller, he's also a lot bigger. Just look at those muscles. The guy is well built, and let's see how much of an advantage it is. Let's get the formal introduction with Michael Kelly.
The black trunks with the orange trim. At 6'3", he weighed in at 185 pounds. A freestyle fighter with a professional MMA record of 3 wins and 2 losses. Representing Flatline MMA. Fighting out of Florence, Alabama.
Will have the assignment as the referee.
Intense stare off. The guys they have their fist balled up. These guys are ready to slug it out. Oh, they didn't touch gloves. These guys are ready to get it on.
Well, we'll see if they touch gloves here to start the round. I doubt it very much. 2 antsy fighters ready to get it on. Scheduled for 3 rounds, 5 minutes per round, and round 1. Here we go. No touching gloves. Oh, good start for Lemon.
And Lemon came forward. The kids, and he's got and Rhodes has got a double under. He's going for a body lock. Lemon was the aggressor. Rhodes looks to seem to be wanting to take the fight to the ground. Lemon's staying the hold. Rhodes has got a good body lock. Lemon's is going to try to go for a hip toss. He's got a whizzer. These guys are bringing it quick, and Rhodes is going to go to try.
Good knee.
Good knee to the head
from
Anthony Lemon. Great knee. Anthony Lemon working. He's trying to work the hip toss with the whizzer. This is a great exchange right here. These guys are bringing it.
Well, that's one strong guy, Rhodes, who wouldn't allow that to happen. We talked about that, how big and strong he is. Wow.
Great underhook by Lemon's trying to work the underhook, and
great
down. Sweep. Lemon has a wrestling background. So he's really good with his pressure. Lemon's working some ground and pound, and he's working Rhodes right now. He's striking.
Great start for the Beast.
Great start for Anthony Lemon.
Some shots really getting through. Some are being blocked, but many are getting through.
And Rhodes is going to have to fight back, and he's eating some serious shots. Rhodes is taking some serious shots.
He really is. And knee took down Rhodes.
Lemon got caught in the knee, and Lemon is working for a triangle. Lemon is working for the triangle from the bottom. And I think Rhodes may be dazed a little bit, but this is not a place that Anthony wants to be with someone that powerful.
Wow, Rhodes was taking a shellacking, and then he knocked Lemon down, but now Lemon's going to his ground skills. What a great start to this fight for the beast, Anthony Lemon.
And Anthony's trying to work his hips to get out. Anthony's working head control, and Rhodes is working, staying low, controlling his hips. Rhodes is trying to get himself back together because it looks like he's taking some serious damage. He's got something coming up on the side of his face.
You made a great point. Don't judge a 4-4 or a 500 fighter by its cover. 4-4 seems an average fighter, right? No, not necessarily. Boy, I've been very impressed with Anthony Lemon, but can he keep it up as we're still early?
And now Anthony's trying to control him so he can only throw body shots. He can't work the head. This is a really, really, really good fight.
Has him in the guard. There's some body shots to the ribs of Lemon by Rhodes.
Again, it doesn't seem to be bothered, but I'll tell you what.
Not at all.
No, it doesn't seem to bother him, but maybe tomorrow it will.
Look at those arms of Rhodes, though. He is huge.
He's a big guy, and now he's working the elbows from the top. And again, he's a much bigger guy. He's got a bigger muscular frame. Now, Anthony's going to work the sweep now. Anthony's going to work. He's going to try to work a butterfly guard. Anthony's working the butterfly. Now she's going to try to get back to his feet, or he's going to try to sweep, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Here's the
great
sweep.
Rhodes has got limited visibility. One of his eyes, he can't see out of his left eye or his right eye.
Oh, it's a big cut. And there's a big combination from Lemon. He tried to end it with that knee, and then the takedown.
And I'll tell you, man, he landed on Anthony Lemon. He took him down with a nice leg trip. Anthony tried to hit him with a whizzer, but Anthony is winning on the feet. He's definitely winning on the feet, and Rhodes has got what he can handle right now, and he's handling it well. This is a great fight. This is a great fight. And Rhodes is working his cross-face choke. He's going to try to position himself for an arm triangle. He's going to try to position himself for a triangle and put some head pressure. But again, Rhodes has got a serious hematoma on the side of his face.
It looks like he's having a little trouble breathing.
He can't. I don't think he can see.
He's got some elbow
reversal by Lemon. These guys are giving us they're giving the crowd a good show. And Anthony's going to try to. Great job by Rhodes of holding his head in. Anthony was going to try to work to his back. I'll tell you, man, this round's going to be a tough one for the judges to score if it makes it out.
Well, I think Rhodes has come back a little bit, but that was an early onslaught from Lemon.
Yes, it was.
Boy, that is a huge hematoma.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely right.
And it's going to in the second round, it's going to hurt because he can't. He's putting some good ground and pound on Lemon. I'll tell you, in the second round, it's going to be hard for him to see, and in the third round, it'll be worse. He is throwing some really good elbows on Lemon right now.
Big elbows, and that is some power coming down on Lemon's face. This is probably a good time to mention that the ringside cut girl's Crystal Morrow, because this one is going to go to a second round.
Yes, it is, and this was a great round of action. Great round of action.
And they're going to have to look at Dustin Rhodes. There's no question that
they may not let this. They may not let this. They may stop this fight.
Right. They're going to look at him. There's no question about it. I would expect.
I think Anthony may have surprised him coming out, throwing for the fences.
Now, I'm stunned that the physician has not made his way inside the cage to take a look at this thing.
I believe the ref is conferring with the other ref to see if the physician actually needs to come in right now.
Well, an explosive start for Anthony Lemon. Rhodes came back a little bit. I would think that Lemon won that round. Third referee, the appearance from Dr. John Chapman. So I guess they all agree that Dustin Rhodes is fine to continue on.
10 seconds and they're going in, and Dustin Rhodes has limited visibility, and I'm sure Anthony Lemon's coach is going to tell him to feint out and roll out to his right side, to Anthony's left and to Dustin's right, because Dustin's not going to be able to see from out there. The best bet for Dustin is to take this fight to the ground and win from the ground.
Little water on the ground here inside the cage, and Chris Mize will clean that up, dry it up. And then we'll get this second round started again in the professional ranks, middleweight division, 3 rounds, 5 minutes per round. And round 2
And I'll tell you,
Here we go.
Dustin has his mouth open. He looks to be tired, man.
No question.
He looks to be tired, man. The question is Lemon tired? Lemon's
what a big knee.
A great knee. Good. Lemon's going to try to trip him. Lemon seems to have the energy right now. Good head kick by Rhodes. Lemon checks the head kick. Lemons is throwing for the fences. He's throwing kicks. He's throwing everything. But both guys seem to be getting a little winded here.
Yeah, Lemon's connected a lot. Oh, it was a nice right by Rhodes.
Yes, it was. Nice right by Rhodes. And Lemons is working from the guard. I'll tell you, man, this is a great fight. The size difference is just amazing me.
It really is, and you wonder at times, you look at Rhodes, is he too big?
Is he too big? Well, I'll tell you something in MMA, man, and fighters experience this. More muscle mass takes more oxygen.
Right.
And the deeper you go into those rounds, you can gas. It can make you gas.
All right, let's talk about strategy here. What is Rhodes trying to do?
Rhodes is going to try to slide out and pass Anthony Lemons from the side of the half because of his power and his range. Anthony, on the other hand, is going to try to work a sweep again. He's going to try to work his butterfly. But he's controlling the hands and the head to make sure Rhodes can't posture up and rain down the elbow. Man, this is a great fight.
It really is. Two guys that want it very, very badly. Anthony the Beast Lemon at 4-4, and Dustin Deuce Rhodes at 3-2. A couple of young, talented fighters here. And boy, Rhodes got those hammers.
He's raining elbows and hammer fists down. He is coming hard. Anthony's defending well. I'll give Anthony credit. He's not losing his guard, and I believe that Anthony's going to try to work a submission if he keeps swinging. So he's swinging so out of control from the top. Anthony's working for an armbar from the bottom. That's what he's working.
Lemon's going to have to eat a few punches to try to accomplish what he wants, and if it's the armbar, so be it. But Rhodes got his hands free and got some strikes, some hammer fists in there. And, of course, that always looks good in a judge's scorecard if we would go that far, because we haven't been there tonight at all.
We haven't been there tonight, and I'll tell you, man, Anthony is working great head and shoulder control to keep Dustin away from throwing the powerful elbows. But I'll tell you, Dustin is a big, strong guy. He's got some perseverance because he took some hard shots earlier, and he just kept coming forward. And we hear both corners. Rhodes' corners wanting the fight to be on the cage, and Lemons' corners wanting Anthony to sweep and stand. And Anthony's working the sweep now. He's working the sweep. He's working the sweep. He's actually giving up himself. 5 minutes is a long time.
Meanwhile, Rhodes tries to push Lemon closer and closer to that cage, which was the instruction from his corner.
That is correct, and if he puts him against the cage, he's going to be able to bear all of his weight and pressure down on him against the cage, and that restricts weight. And Anthony's using the cage to walk away from it, which is smart. Anthony out the back and has worked the Darce choke. Oh, he's out of the Darce choke, and this is great display of fighting by these guys.
Back on their feet.
And I'll tell you, Rhodes seems to be getting the better on the ground, and Lemons. Great knees.
Another one.
He's hurt. Lemons is hurt. But Lemons is coming back for the fight.
And down they go.
Back down again. Anthony's gotten taken down. I'll tell you, I believe that weight and that power is what caught him. It's hard to hold a guy that size off for that long.
But Rhodes has an opportunity to do something here against the cage.
He does, but Anthony's advantage is they're in Anthony's corner, so Anthony's got the coaches talking, and they may talk over Rhodes' coaches.
That's a good point.
Now Anthony's going to work. I'll tell you, Anthony's out here. Anthony's going to have to work a submission from here, and Rhodes is not giving it to him. Rhodes comes from a great BJJ practitioner in school, so Rhodes is aware of what he's trying to do.
Rhodes training out of Florence BJJ, and the Beast Anthony Lemon out of Gravity MMA.
And Anthony's working a little pound from the bottom. He's trying to clear. Anthony's trying to work, and I believe Anthony's going to try to escape through the bottom. He's working was going for another butterfly, but Rhodes is coming with those big, strong elbows, big elbows. And Anthony's.
So we got two guys who have been cut. Rhodes in round one, Lemon now here in round two.
And Lemon's covering, but Lemon's he's trying to respond. I'll tell you something, man. These guys are these guys are fighting. This is a great fight.
Final seconds, round number two. Those elbows continue to rain upon Lemon. Good, strong finish to round number two for the hometown favorite, Dustin Rhodes. We're going to a third and decisive round.
And I'll tell you, man, I've got this fight tied at 1 round to 1 round. That's the way I've got it right now. So right now I imagine that both corners are going to tell their guys, one of you guys are going to have to get a takedown. A takedown's going to, if you can't finish him, take him down and win this fight.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you, Monty. I see it the same way. But again, we're not the judges. We got to leave it up to the guys that will be deciding, and that's John Eaton, Renee Mize, and Julie Cleveland. As you know, if you're a fighter, either side, that's what you got to be talking about right now. Don't leave it up to 3 other people. Get it done yourself. Now we see Dr. John Chapman. He's come in to check on Anthony Lemon. Pretty interesting. He did not check at all on Dustin Rhodes in that first round, who was bloodied and had that hematoma, and now he comes in and checks on Lemon's cut.
You know, it amazes me. I don't know. I didn't understand that. He did check Rhodes, and before he went over, gave a brief check.
So he did come over there?
Yeah, he did. He checked him for a brief second. I guess he's got a limited visibility. He checked Anthony Lemons. The cut doctor was working on a cut over his somewhere on his forehead. I'll tell you what, brilliant display of 2 fighters who have taken a beating at one time or another in this fight. These guys have heart, man. In a fight like this, you don't have any losers.
No question about it. Chris, a terrific job. And here we go, the third and final round of our main event. Anthony the Beast Lemon, Dustin Deuce Rhodes. Will it go 5 more minutes and be determined by the judges' scorecards?
That is good sportsmanship. Yes, they may have hated each other yesterday, but right now they know that this is something. This is a great battle.
Round 3, we are underway.
And again, Anthony, nice head kick, and Lemons is throwing combination, and Rhodes is covering. Rhodes is going for the takedown. Anthony with the whizzer. Great work, guys. Great work. Anthony seems to be the aggressor, and Anthony's working a little dirty boxing. And Rhodes is using his power and his range, man. He's going to go for a takedown. Anthony's going for the trip, and Rhodes he's just overpowered him in the trip. Rhodes just overpowered him in the trip, and Anthony's going to try to escape out the
full mount. No, not going to happen. At least not right now. Basically side. Yeah, interesting start to this third round because Lemon came out, connected with a combination, and then Rhodes tried the takedown, and Lemon held it off for a while there. Now they're both on the ground.
And it looks to me that both of them are tired. You see that they're neither one of them are moving their hips right now, which, you know, this is a 3-5 round fight, 3 5-minute rounds. These guys, this takes a lot out of a guy. And, you know, to our fans out there listening, 5 minutes is a long time when you're in a cage with another skilled fighter. These guys, it's a great display of perseverity.
And there is Rhodes with a nice right from the ground, a little strike that added range, some ground and pound on his opponent.
And Rhodes' corner is telling him, hey, just you got the round, you got him in a controlled position, just control him from there and don't let him up. That's what his coach is telling him. Strike, control, strike, control. Anthony has to get up or he's going to lose this fight.
Elbow from Rhodes.
And Rhodes is throwing. These guys are giving it to it, man. Anthony's going to have to get up, but I think Anthony may have, his tank may be empty right now. That's a lot of weight he's fighting against right now.
Right on top of it is our referee, Chris Mize. Again, if they're inactive, he'll stand the 2 up. But Rhodes continues to get that left arm free.
Rhodes is active, and he's continuing to fight. Trying to put his back to the cage. Oh, Rhodes has got Anthony. He's got him in a crucifix. He's got Anthony's right arm trapped between his legs. Anthony can no longer defend himself. If he can get his left hand trapped with his head, the referee's going to stop the fight. 6 unanswered strike. All Rhodes has to do is trap Anthony's left arm, and that's going to be the fight.
So basically it's a one-armed fighter right now on the ground in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Anthony's going to have to raise up and sweep him out of here. The only way he's going to be out of here is almost giving his back up to move around, and that's something he's a skilled fighter. He knows if he gives his back up with a guy that strong, that could be the end of it.
Good left, Rhodes, some ground and pound, good elbow. Lemon trying to fight back, but in a precarious situation.
Where if he can move his hips out and grab his other bicep, he can work on a sweep. Again, Rhodes is just too big. He's too big and he's too strong, man. It's this late in the game. It's wearing him down.
You made that point earlier, and it was well taken. Yeah, Lemon just does not seem to be able to budge Rhodes off him.
Now, the ref's going to stand him up if they stay. There you go. Rhodes is going